Ladies and gentlemen, do not waver in your declarations. Even when the outer world shows no sign of change, persist in your inner knowing. Speak these lines every morning with unwavering confidence, for they carry the power to transform your reality. Awareness is the foundation upon which all creation begins. It is the very essence that gives birth to your reality. Before anything can manifest in your external world, it first takes shape in your awareness. Without awareness, there can be no creation, no desire, no transformation. It is the seed that plants your deepest desires and dreams into the fertile soil of the subconscious mind, where they begin to grow and eventually materialize in the physical world. You must understand that everything you experience, everything that surrounds you, begins with your awareness. The way you see the world, the way you perceive yourself, and the way you believe things work, all stem from the lens through which you observe life. Your awareness shapes your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately your destiny. Consider that your awareness is not just passive observation, it is active. The moment you become aware of something, you begin to focus your energy upon it. Whether it's a problem, a desire, or a goal, the very act of focusing your awareness on it activates the process of creation. This is why it's crucial to guard what you place your attention on. The energy you direct toward an idea, whether positive or negative, will start to build and grow. Like a plant that needs light to grow, your awareness feeds the thoughts and beliefs that will ultimately shape your external experience. When you become aware of something, you bring it into your consciousness, and in doing so, you give it life. If you wish to create a different reality, the first step is to become aware of what you want to manifest. This is not merely a mental exercise, it's a state of being. Awareness is not about thinking about something, it's about embodying the idea that your desire is already a reality. Your awareness must align with the energy of the outcome you seek, not just the desire itself, but the feeling of already having it. Awareness is not something that can be forced. It cannot be rushed. It requires patience and practice. Becoming aware of your inner world, of your deepest desires, requires you to sit in stillness and reflect. It asks you to listen to the whispers of your soul. It requires you to quiet the noise of doubt, fear, and distraction, so you can hear the true calling of your heart. This is where the process of mindfulness becomes powerful. Mindfulness teaches you to direct your awareness to the present moment, and it is in the present moment that all creation occurs. When you focus on the now, without regret for the past or anxiety for the future, you align yourself with the universal flow of energy. In this state of alignment, creation happens effortlessly. When your awareness is grounded in the present, it becomes a powerful tool for manifesting your desires. Your awareness also holds the key to transforming your inner dialogue. What you focus on in your mind, what you affirm in your thoughts, becomes a reflection of what you experience in your life. If you are constantly aware of limitations, lack, and fear, then those are the things that will continue to manifest in your reality. But if you shift your awareness to abundance, possibility, and success, those things will also become your reality. So awareness brings attention, and attention brings energy. Energy moves toward the focal point of your awareness, which is why your mindset plays such an integral role in the creative process. You are the master of your awareness. You have the power to decide where your focus goes. When you become intentional about where you place your awareness, you are choosing what your life will become. It is the most powerful tool you have in your ability to create. By cultivating an awareness of the present moment, an awareness of your desires, and an awareness of your own power, you become the conscious creator of your world. In this way, awareness truly is the seed of all creation, for it is the starting point of every thought, every idea, and every experience that eventually unfolds in your life. When you declare something as already yours, you are stepping into a state of complete alignment with your goals. You are not waiting for the universe to respond or for circumstances to change. Instead, you are assuming the feeling of already having what you desire. This is not about merely speaking words, it's about embodying the feeling that your desire has already been fulfilled. This shift is the difference between a dream and its manifestation. The act of declaring what you desire as already yours requires you to fully trust in the power of your own mind. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply follows the instructions you give it. By declaring your desire as already yours, you are programming your mind to act in accordance with this truth. Your subconscious begins to see it as a reality and starts working to bring that reality into the physical world. This practice of declaration is powerful because it shifts your vibration. When you speak as if your desires are already yours, you align your energy with the frequency of abundance, success, and fulfillment. Your words carry a vibration that resonates with the universe. The energy of your desires, now embodied in your speech and thoughts, begins to attract the conditions necessary for your desires to manifest. This is the essence of the law of attraction. Like attracts like. When you declare your desires as already yours, you begin to walk in that belief. You carry yourself with the confidence of someone who has already achieved their dreams. This energy is contagious. Of people, opportunities, and circumstances will begin to align with your vibration as if they are responding to the certainty you exude. The more you declare what you want as already in your possession, the more you will see evidence of it appearing in your life. This practice also helps to dissolve the barriers of time and space. Many people see time as a barrier to their desires, thinking that it will take years for their dreams to manifest. However, when you declare that your desires are already yours, you collapse the illusion of time. You begin to experience the joy, the abundance, and the success of already having it, and in doing so, you shift the timeline of your manifestation. To declare what you desire as already yours is to take ownership of your future now. It is to claim what is rightfully yours, to affirm that nothing can stand in the way of your desires coming to fruition. The world responds to your certainty. When you believe it is already yours, the universe moves to make it so. By embodying this belief and speaking it with conviction, you are commanding your desires into existence, allowing them to unfold before you with grace and ease. You are the creator of your reality. By declaring what you want as already yours, you align yourself with the power of creation, and in doing so, you bring your desires into your life faster and more effortlessly than you ever imagined possible. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, and it holds the key to unlocking your ability to manifest your desires. It is the gateway through which all manifestations flow, a portal that connects your current reality with the limitless potential of the universe. When you cultivate a deep sense of gratitude, you align yourself with the abundance that is already present in your life. And in doing so, you activate the universal law of attraction to bring more of what you desire into your experience. The act of gratitude is not just a simple acknowledgement of the good things in your life, it is a transformative energy that shifts your vibrational frequency. When you express true gratitude, you are acknowledging that what you desire has already arrived in spirit, even before it has appeared in physical form. Gratitude is a feeling of appreciation for the present moment, a recognition that everything you need is already provided for. This feeling of appreciation amplifies your connection to the energy of abundance, drawing more of it into your life. This works because it changes the way you perceive the world around you. It moves you from a state of lack or wanting to a state of abundance. When you focus on what is already present, rather than what is missing, you begin to notice the countless blessings that surround you. Even in moments of challenge or difficulty, practicing gratitude helps you to see the silver lining, the lessons, and the growth opportunities that are hidden within those moments. This shift in perspective is crucial to manifestation because it opens your mind to receiving more of what you want. The energy of gratitude creates a magnetic field around you, attracting more positive experiences, people, and opportunities into your life. Just like a magnet draws metal objects to it, gratitude draws circumstances and events that are in harmony with your desires. When you are thankful for what you already have, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. The universe responds to the energy you emit, and if that energy is one of gratitude, the flow of abundance increases. It is as if the universe says, "Here is more for you are already in alignment with the abundance of the universe." One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is that it requires you to live in the present moment. In a world filled with distractions and constant desire for more, it is easy to forget the present and focus only on what is yet to come. However, when you are grateful, you bring yourself back to the now. You stop chasing after future outcomes and instead revel in the richness of the present moment. This is important because manifestation occurs in the present, not in the future. When you are present and grateful, you are aligned with the energy of creation, and that is where the magic happens. Gratitude also shifts your mindset from one of competition and comparison to one of abundance and collaboration. Instead of feeling envious of others or believing there is not enough to go around, gratitude opens your heart to the realization that there is more than enough for everyone. You begin to celebrate the success of others because you understand that their abundance does not diminish yours. This mindset of abundance attracts even more into your life because it sends the message that you are open to receiving and sharing with others, which further activates the flow of manifestation. Another aspect of gratitude is its ability to dissolve fear and doubt. When you focus on the things you are thankful for, your attention is diverted away from worries and anxieties. You stop fearing the unknown, the obstacles, or the things that could go wrong. Instead, you begin to focus on all that is going right, which reinforces your belief that you are on the right path. Fear and doubt are two of the biggest blockers to manifestation because they create resistance and uncertainty. Gratitude replaces that resistance with trust, faith, and a sense of knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. To truly harness the power of gratitude in your life, it must become a consistent practice. This means taking time each day, even in the smallest moments, to acknowledge and appreciate what is around you. Whether it is the warmth of the sun, the smile of a loved one, or the opportunities that are beginning to open up for you, gratitude turns every experience into a potential gateway to manifestation. As you express your thanks, you align yourself more and more with the energy of abundance, and that energy can only attract more of the same. Gratitude, then, is not just a passive feeling or a simple practice, it is an active force that propels you toward the fulfillment of your desires. It is the emotional fuel that powers the engine of manifestation. The more you embrace gratitude, the more you invite the universe to deliver what you have asked for. You are signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are open to all the blessings it has to offer. And the more you express that openness, the more you will see those blessings begin to flow into your life in miraculous ways. Your words hold creative power, more potent than you may realize. Every word you speak is a vibration that carries with it the energy to shape your reality. Whether you are speaking to others or to yourself, the words you use create and influence the world around you. Words are not just sounds or symbols, they are the foundation of creation. They are tools that can build, transform, and manifest whatever you desire, for they are the bridge between your inner world and the outer reality. What you say both aloud and in your mind becomes your truth. Words are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Just as a seed grows into the fruit it represents, the words you speak will grow into the experiences and circumstances that reflect those words. If you speak with conviction and clarity, your words will align with your desires, pushing them into the physical world. If you speak with doubt or negativity, those words will manifest limitations and obstacles. Every time you speak, you send out vibrations into the universe. These vibrations interact with the world around you, attracting circumstances, people, and situations that match the energy of your words. This is the essence of the law of attraction, like attracts like. If you constantly speak words of positivity, abundance, and gratitude, you will attract those things into your life. If you speak words of fear, lack, or frustration, you will create more experiences that reflect those emotions. The universe has no choice but to respond to the energy you are putting out through your words. It's important to understand that words do not only have power when spoken aloud. Your inner dialogue, the words you repeat to yourself silently, are just as influential. The thoughts you entertain and the language you use internally shape your beliefs, actions, and outcomes. If you find yourself constantly saying, "I can't," or "this will never happen," those words create a barrier, locking you into a reality where your desires remain out of reach. However, if you replace those words with affirmations like I am capable, and I am worthy, you unlock the door to new possibilities. Your words also hold creative power because they are connected to your emotions. Every word carries with it an emotional charge that amplifies its impact. For example, when you say I am happy, if you truly feel the emotion behind those words, they hold much more power than if you say them without conviction. The emotional charge behind the words intensifies the frequency they emit, creating a stronger magnetic pull on the experiences you wish to manifest. Words without emotion are simply noise, but words spoken with heartfelt intention are the creative force that brings your dreams to life. This creative power is not limited to just personal desires. Words can also influence your relationships, your career, your health, and every area of your life. If you are constantly speaking negatively about a relationship, saying things like they never understand me or this will never work, you are shaping the energy of that relationship to align with those words. On the other hand, if you speak with love, understanding, and gratitude, you will begin to see those qualities reflected in your interactions. The words you use in your daily communication create the foundation for how others respond to you and how situations unfold. The power of words extends to your dreams and goals as well. When you speak about your future, are you speaking with certainty or uncertainty? Are you affirming your desires as already yours, or are you speaking as if they are distant and unattainable? Your words can either reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed or undermine your confidence. If you say, I am moving toward my goals with ease and grace, you are sending a message to your subconscious mind that you are on the path to success. Your mind then begins to align with that belief, creating the conditions for you to manifest your goals. On the other hand, saying I will never get there only keeps you stuck in a state of limitation. One of the most powerful ways to harness the creative power of your words is through affirmations. By speaking words of affirmation daily, you affirm to yourself that you are worthy, capable, and deserving of everything you desire. Affirmations help you reprogram your subconscious mind, replacing old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. By consistently speaking positive words, you begin to shift your energy and the world around you. This shift may not happen overnight, but as you continue to speak with conviction, your reality begins to reflect the words you speak. Your words hold the power to create your reality. They are not just expressions, they are creative forces that shape your life, your circumstances, and your future. By speaking with intention, positivity, and belief, you activate the creative power within you. The universe responds to the energy of your words, and as you speak the language of abundance, love, and possibility, you draw these experiences closer to you. The more mindful and conscious you become of the words you speak, the more you realize the immense power they hold to shape your world. Doubt is one of the most insidious forces that can block the manifestation of your desires. It plants seeds of fear and uncertainty that distort your vision of what is possible. When you allow doubt to control your thoughts, it weakens your ability to believe in your own power to create the life you want. On the other hand, faith is the force that propels you forward, even in the face of uncertainty. To silence doubt and speak faith is to take control of your inner dialogue and begin to direct your life consciously with the unwavering belief that everything you desire is already on its way to you. The act of silencing doubt does not mean that fear or uncertainty won't arise. Doubt is a natural part of the human experience, and it will often try to creep into your mind, especially when you're on the verge of a breakthrough. However, you have the power to override those thoughts with the energy of faith. When you choose to focus on your belief in what is possible, you stop giving power to the doubts that would otherwise hold you back. Faith is not the absence of fear or doubt, but the decision to move forward in spite of it. It is the decision to trust in the unseen, to trust in the process, and to trust in the certainty that your desires are already unfolding. Speaking faith is a powerful tool for manifesting your dreams. Words have creative power, and when you speak with faith, you align your words with your desires. Faith is the language of the universe, the vibration that draws your dreams into reality. Every time you speak words of faith, You are affirming that what you desire is already yours. When you say, "I believe in my ability to succeed," you are sending out a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. You are also reaffirming this belief within yourself, reinforcing your own confidence and trust in your power. On the contrary, when you speak doubt, you are sending out a message that contradicts your desires. Words like "I can't," "I'm not good enough," or "this will never happen" create an energy that repels your desires. Doubt is a force that sets up resistance, creating a wall between you and your manifestations. These words block the flow of abundance and make it harder for you to attract what you want. The more you speak doubt, the more you reinforce the belief that your dreams are out of reach. The universe responds to the energy of your words. So when you speak doubt, you align with a reality that matches those beliefs. The key to silencing doubt and speaking faith is to make a conscious decision to redirect your thoughts and words. It's about shifting your focus from what you fear might happen to what you know is possible. Start by noticing when doubt arises, and rather than allowing it to take root, replace it with a statement of faith. When a thought like "what if this doesn't work" enters your mind, immediately counter it with "I trust that everything is working out for me." When you find yourself saying "I'm not sure if I'm capable," replace it with "I am fully capable of achieving my dreams and I am on the right path." In this way, you actively train your mind to speak words of faith rather than doubt. You create a habit of choosing faith, and the more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. It becomes easier to trust in the process and to see the possibilities rather than the obstacles. The more you speak faith, the more you cultivate a deep belief in your own power, and this belief is what will ultimately bring your desires into manifestation. Silencing doubt is not about suppressing your emotions or ignoring your fears. It's about choosing to place your focus on what you want rather than what you fear. You do not need to deny the existence of doubt, but you can choose not to let it control you. Instead, you can choose to speak faith and believe in the certainty of your success. Faith is a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs to be exercised regularly in order to grow stronger. By speaking faith each day, you begin to build a foundation of unwavering belief in your ability to create your reality. Every affirmation, every positive word, every declaration of faith is an investment in your future. Over time, this consistent practice transforms your mindset, allowing you to move through life with confidence, knowing that everything you need is already on its way to you. To silence doubt and speak faith is to embrace the full power of your creative potential. When you consistently speak words of faith, you align with the energy of abundance and possibility. The universe responds to your words, and as you continue to speak with faith, you will see the world around you begin to shift. The doors to your desires will open, and the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will dissolve. By choosing faith over doubt, you not only change your mindset, but you change your reality. You become a magnet for the desires you have already claimed as yours, and you move forward with the knowledge that nothing is impossible for you. You are the author of your day. Every morning when you awaken, you have the opportunity to script your life, to set the tone, and to choose how you will move through the hours ahead. Just as an author creates the narrative of a story, you too have the power to create the narrative of your life each day. The choices you make, the thoughts you think, and the words you speak all contribute to the story you are writing. Whether you realize it or not, you are the one holding the pen, and every moment is an opportunity to choose the direction of your life. The beginning of your day is a blank page, an untouched canvas, and it is up to you how you fill it. You can approach your day with intention, planning the actions and mindset that will help you achieve your goals. Or you can let the day unfold randomly, allowing external circumstances and reactions to determine your emotional and mental state. The key is that ultimately it's your choice. You have the power to take control of your day, to write it in the way you desire, and to consciously create the experiences you want to have. When you understand that you are the author, you begin to see that every moment holds the potential for creation. Your thoughts, beliefs, and intentions are the words that form the sentences of your life. If you think negatively or expect obstacles, that's what your day will reflect. If you wake up with gratitude, confidence, and a clear sense of purpose, you set the stage for a day filled with positive opportunities and outcomes. By consciously choosing your thoughts, you guide the direction of your day, ensuring it aligns with your highest aspirations. The words you speak are also an integral part of the story you are writing. Every statement, whether directed at others or yourself, carries energy that shapes your reality. If you speak words of kindness, encouragement, and affirmation, you are reinforcing a positive, empowering narrative. On the other hand, if you speak words of doubt, frustration, or negativity, you can unknowingly shift your day into a series of struggles and challenges. Just as an author chooses each word carefully to develop a story, you too must choose your words carefully. Each word you speak is a brushstroke that colors your day, and the more conscious you are of the language you use, the more power you have to create the story you want to live. It's also important to recognize that, as the author of your day, you have the power to rewrite your story at any time. If a chapter of your day is not going the way you want, you have the ability to change course. You are not bound by any previous moment or situation. Every minute is a new opportunity to shift your mindset, make a new choice, and reframe your perspective. Just like an author can revise their draft to improve the flow or direction of the plot, you too can revise the course of your day. If something goes wrong, you can choose to view it as a lesson, an opportunity for growth, or a challenge that makes you stronger. You are not a passive observer of your day, you are the one directing it. The way you begin your morning is especially powerful, as it sets the tone for everything that follows. A morning routine that nourishes your mind, body, and spirit can create a ripple effect of positivity and productivity throughout the rest of your day. When you take the time to center yourself in the morning, whether through meditation, visualization, affirmations, or simply taking a moment to be grateful, you are consciously deciding to author a day of success, peace, and fulfillment. The foundation you lay in the morning creates a momentum that carries you through the hours ahead, allowing you to remain focused, clear, and positive no matter what challenges arise. Life is not always smooth, and it's natural to encounter difficulties and obstacles. But remember, even in those moments, you are still the author. How you respond to challenges is just as important as how you begin your day. You have the power to choose how you react, what meaning you give to situations, and what action you will take. Even in the face of adversity, you can choose to stay in alignment with your highest purpose and write a story of resilience and strength. Your power lies in your ability to choose your perspective and response, regardless of external circumstances. Your day is yours to create. You have the power to choose your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Every decision you make shapes your story and contributes to the larger narrative of your life. By becoming conscious of the fact that you are the author, you take full responsibility for the story you are writing. You no longer allow life to simply happen to you. Instead, you actively create the experiences, emotions, and outcomes that align with your desires. So as you move through your day, remember that you hold the pen. Write your story with intention, with purpose, and with the unwavering belief that the life you desire is already unfolding, one page at a time. In conclusion, remember that you are the author of your own day, and by extension, the author of your own life. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, and the actions you take are the building blocks of your reality. Every moment offers you a chance to rewrite the script, to adjust your course, and to create a life that reflects your highest aspirations. By embracing the power of choice and consciously shaping your day, you unlock the potential to manifest your desires and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on this journey of self-empowerment. May you continue to write your story with intention and belief, knowing that the life you desire is within your reach. Ladies and gentlemen, let us turn our attention to the quiet, transformative power of the chosen woman. She is not marked by wealth, beauty, or status, but by the depth of her awareness and the alignment of her soul. The chosen woman knows that her true power lies within her. She does not need the approval of the world because she understands a sacred truth: her imagination is the creator of her reality. What she believes about herself becomes her world. When she says, "I am," she is not speaking of what she hopes to be, but of what she knows she already is. A woman who knows her power comes from within is unlike anyone else. She walks through life with a quiet confidence, aware that her strength does not depend on the opinions or validations of others. This realization sets her apart, for she understands that external circumstances are merely a reflection of her inner state. Her power is rooted in her understanding of self, a profound awareness that the source of all she seeks already resides within her. This kind of woman does not cling to titles, possessions, or the fleeting approval of society. She knows that such things are transient and cannot define her worth. Instead, her identity is grounded in her understanding of the divine within her. She recognizes that she is not separate from the creative force that governs the universe, and this realization gives her a profound sense of security. The world may shift around her, but her foundation remains unshaken. Her confidence stems not from arrogance, but from an unshakable faith in her ability to create her reality. The woman who knows her power comes from within understands the nature of her mind and its limitless potential. She sees her imagination not as a whimsical tool, but as the blueprint of her life. What she dwells upon internally will manifest externally. This awareness gives her a sense of responsibility for her thoughts and emotions. She does not allow herself to be ruled by doubt or fear, for she knows that such feelings, if indulged, will create the very circumstances she wishes to avoid. Instead, she chooses to think deliberately, focusing only on what aligns with her highest vision. Because she draws her strength from within, she is not easily swayed by external forces. She listens to her intuition and trusts her inner voice, even when it contradicts what the world around her is saying. This inner guidance acts as her compass, leading her toward choices that resonate with her truth. She does not need constant advice or reassurance from others, for she has cultivated a deep connection with herself. This ability to trust her inner knowing allows her to move through life with clarity and purpose. This woman is also resilient in the face of challenges. When adversity arises, she does not crumble or look for someone to rescue her. Instead, she turns inward, accessing the reservoir of strength that lies within her. She understands that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, a chance to discover even more of her innate power. She does not view difficulties as punishment or misfortune, but as a natural part of the journey toward becoming her highest self. Her ability to remain centered in the face of hardship inspires those around her, though she does not act for recognition or praise. Her inner power also makes her self-sufficient. While she values relationships and enjoys the companionship of others, she does not depend on anyone to complete her. She knows that she is whole as she is, and that her happiness cannot be outsourced. This self-sufficiency allows her to give freely to others without feeling depleted. She shares her time, energy, and love from a place of abundance, not from a need for reciprocity. Her relationships thrive because they are based on mutual respect and shared growth, rather than dependency or control. The woman who knows her power comes from within also understands the importance of self-love. She treats herself with kindness and compassion, knowing that her relationship with herself sets the tone for all other relationships. She does not engage in self-criticism or doubt her worth, for she knows that such behaviors are incompatible with the truth of who she is. Instead, she affirms her value daily, nurturing her spirit with positive thoughts and actions. This self-love radiates outward, drawing people and opportunities into her life that reflect her inner state. Her power is magnetic. People are drawn to her presence not because she seeks attention, but because she embodies authenticity and grace. She does not need to prove herself or compete with others, for she knows that her journey is unique. This authenticity makes her a source of inspiration, encouraging others to look within and discover their own power. She does not diminish others to elevate herself. Instead, she uplifts those around her simply by being true to herself. Above all, the woman who knows her power comes from within is free. Free from the constraints of societal expectations, free from the need for external approval, and free from the fears that hold so many back. She moves through life with a sense of ease and flow, trusting that all she needs will come to her at the right time. Her faith in the unseen allows her to embrace uncertainty without anxiety, for she knows that her inner world will always create her outer reality. This woman is a living testament to the truth that all power is internal. She shows us that when we stop looking outside ourselves for validation, answers, or strength, we discover the infinite wellspring of potential that has been within us all along. And in doing so, she not only transforms her own life, but also inspires others to awaken to their own inner power. A woman who walks alone yet feels complete carries a presence that is both rare and profound. Her solitude is not a burden, but a sanctuary, a place where she finds clarity, strength, and unwavering peace. While many seek companionship to fill a void or distract from their inner struggles, she embraces solitude as a path to self-discovery and fulfillment. She is not afraid of being alone, for she understands that true completion does not come from others, but from within herself. Her ability to walk alone is not born out of necessity or isolation, but from choice. She values her own company and recognizes the immense power that comes from standing independently. In the quiet moments of solitude, she connects deeply with herself, nurturing her mind, body, and spirit. She does not look to others to validate her existence or provide her with a sense of purpose. Instead, she finds these things in her connection to the divine within her, a connection that reminds her she is never truly alone. This woman does not fear silence. In fact, she thrives in it. While the world around her clamors for attention, noise, and distraction, she retreats to the stillness within. It is in this quiet space that she hears the whispers of her soul, the guidance of her intuition, and the answers to questions she once sought externally. She understands that silence is not emptiness but a gateway to greater understanding. It is in these moments of solitude that she learns the most about herself, discovering her desires, her strengths, and her boundless potential. Her sense of completeness stems from her profound self-awareness. She knows who she is, what she stands for, and what she desires in life. This clarity allows her to walk alone with confidence, unshaken by the opinions or judgments of others. She does not seek to conform to societal expectations or fit into molds that do not align with her truth. Instead, she charts her own path, guided by her inner wisdom and unshakable belief in herself. This independence is not a rejection of others, but a declaration of her freedom to be herself. A woman who feels complete within herself does not fear the absence of relationships or companionship. She understands that being alone is not the same as being lonely. While she cherishes meaningful connections, she does not rely on them to feel whole. Her relationships are an extension of her wholeness, not a patchwork to cover emptiness. This allows her to love others freely, without attachment or neediness. She gives from a place of abundance rather than lack, making her connections genuine and fulfilling. Her solitude is a source of strength. In walking alone, she has learned to rely on herself, to trust her instincts, and to face challenges head-on. She knows that her resilience is not dependent on anyone else's support or approval. This self-reliance does not mean she rejects help when it is offered, but she does not depend on it. She has faced her fears, her doubts, and her insecurities in the quiet of her solitude, emerging stronger and more self-assured. Every step she takes alone reinforces her belief in her own capabilities. Walking alone also gives her the freedom to focus on her growth and dreams without distraction. She uses her solitude to cultivate her talents, pursue her passions, and build a life that aligns with her vision. She is not weighed down by the expectations of others or the need to compromise her values to fit into someone else's plan. This freedom allows her to create a life that is uniquely her own, one that reflects her deepest desires and highest aspirations. Her ability to feel complete in solitude inspires others. In a world that often equates worth with relationships, she stands as a reminder that self-love and self-awareness are the foundations of true happiness. People are drawn to her not because she seeks attention, but because her independence and authenticity radiate a quiet confidence. She shows others that it is possible to be content and fulfilled without constantly seeking external validation. This woman is also deeply connected to her spirituality. Whether she views this as a connection to the divine, the universe, or her higher self, it is this relationship that sustains her. She feels the presence of something greater guiding her, supporting her, and reminding her that she is never truly alone. This spiritual connection fills her with a sense of peace and purpose, allowing her to walk her path with grace and courage. A woman who walks alone yet feels complete embodies a profound truth that our worth and happiness are not determined by our relationships, achievements, or external circumstances, but by the love and acceptance we cultivate within ourselves. She is a living testament to the power of self-awareness, self-love, and inner strength. Her journey is not about isolation but about wholeness, a wholeness that comes from embracing who she is and trusting the path she is meant to walk. A woman who commands rather than pleads understands the profound truth about her worth, her power, and her ability to shape her reality. She knows that to beg or plead is to operate from a place of lack, but to command is to stand firmly in the knowledge that she is already worthy of all she desires. This approach is not rooted in arrogance but in certainty, a quiet confidence that stems from the awareness of her inner authority. She understands that the world does not respond to desperation but to conviction. Her command begins with her understanding of self. She sees herself not as a victim of circumstance, but as the creator of her experiences. This realization changes everything. Instead of seeking permission or validation from others, she declares her desires boldly and confidently. She does not ask the universe, society, or those around her to make room for her. She creates the space she needs and steps into it unapologetically. Her commands are not about forcing or controlling others, but about aligning with the natural flow of her inner power. When this woman speaks, she does so with intention. Every word she utters carries weight, because she understands the creative power of language. She is deliberate in her declarations, knowing that her words have the ability to shape her reality. She does not waste time with "if only" or "I wish," for these phrases suggest doubt and hesitation. Instead, she speaks in terms of "I am," and it is done affirming the truth of her desires as though they are already accomplished. This language of certainty transforms her life, drawing opportunities and experiences that match her unwavering belief. Her ability to command stems from her alignment with her inner being. She does not command from a place of ego or entitlement, but from a deep understanding of her connection to the divine. She recognizes that she is not separate from the source of creation, but an integral part of it. This connection allows her to trust that what she declares is already being brought into existence. Her faith is not in external forces, but in the power of her own belief, and this faith allows her to move through life with confidence and ease. This woman does not settle for less than what she knows she deserves. She does not lower her standards or compromise her values to appease others or avoid conflict. Instead, she sets clear boundaries and expects them to be honored. This expectation is not rooted in entitlement, but in self-respect. She knows that by commanding respect from others, she teaches them how to treat her. And if someone cannot meet her standards, she does not plead for their understanding or acceptance. She simply walks away, knowing that her worth is not determined by someone else's ability to see it. This woman's ability to command, rather than plead, also means she is not easily swayed by rejection or setbacks. She does not see a closed door as a reason to give up or question her worth. Instead, she views it as a redirection, an opportunity to align more closely with her desires. Her faith in herself and the power within her remains unshaken, even in the face of temporary obstacles. She knows that what is meant for her will come to her, not because she begs for it, but because she commands it with certainty and trust. Her presence inspires others. She does not demand attention or approval, yet people are drawn to her because of the strength and clarity she exudes. She shows others that it is possible to live with dignity and purpose without compromising oneself. Her ability to command respect, opportunities, and fulfillment is a testament to the power of self-belief and alignment with one's inner truth. This woman stands as a reminder that we are not here to plead for scraps from the table of life. We are here to command with confidence, to declare our worth, and to step boldly into the lives we are meant to lead. Her strength is not in what she demands from the world, but in the faith she has in her own power to create it. A woman who lives in the end carries an unshakable confidence in the realization of her desires. Her mind is not preoccupied with how or when things will unfold. She lives in the state of fulfillment, as if her dreams are already accomplished. This way of being is not an act of pretending or hoping. It is a deep, inner knowing. She understands that creation begins in the imagination, and that her thoughts and emotions shape the reality she experiences. Her power lies in her ability to dwell in the feeling of her desires already realized. Instead of being consumed by doubts, fears, or obstacles, she centers herself in the joy, peace, and satisfaction of having already achieved her goals. She envisions herself in the life she desires, allowing this vision to permeate her thoughts, words, and actions. To her, this is not wishful thinking, but a deliberate practice of aligning with the reality she knows is hers. This woman does not waver. When challenges arise, she does not allow them to pull her away from her inner vision. She sees setbacks not as defeats but as temporary illusions that will soon dissolve as her desired reality takes shape. Her focus is unwavering because she knows that what she consistently holds in her imagination will eventually manifest in her life. This faith is the foundation of her strength, enabling her to remain calm and composed even in the face of uncertainty. Her ability to live in the end influences every aspect of her life. In her relationships, she does not dwell on fears of rejection or inadequacy. Instead, she imagines and feels the love and connection she desires as already present. This transforms her energy, making her magnetic to the type of relationship she seeks. She does not chase or beg for affection, because in her mind she is already loved and cherished. This self-assurance creates a powerful aura that naturally attracts those who align with her vision. In her career, she does not approach her ambitions with desperation or anxiety. She does not focus on the gap between where she is and where she wants to be. Instead, she embodies the mindset of someone who has already achieved her goals. She walks, speaks, and acts as if her success is inevitable. This confidence opens doors and opportunities that others might miss, as she is attuned to the possibilities that align with her desired outcome. Living in the end requires discipline, but it is a discipline rooted in joy and trust. She makes a conscious effort to redirect her thoughts whenever they stray into doubt or negativity. She understands that dwelling on what is unwanted only serves to perpetuate it. Instead, she chooses to dwell on what brings her peace and fulfillment. This mental practice becomes second nature to her, a way of life that consistently reinforces her inner vision. This woman does not concern herself with the opinions or doubts of others. She knows that her vision is her own, and that it does not require external validation to become real. While others may question her choices or doubt her dreams, she remains steadfast in her belief. She understands that her imagination is the blueprint for her reality, and that the world will eventually conform to the picture she holds within. Her confidence is quiet but undeniable, rooted in the unshakable conviction that what she imagines is already hers. Her ability to live in the end also means she is not consumed by impatience. She does not measure time by what has not yet happened, but by the fullness of her inner experience. To her, the feeling of having already achieved her desires is as real and satisfying as the physical manifestation. This detachment from the need for immediate results allows her to remain peaceful and grateful in the present moment. She trusts that everything is unfolding perfectly and that her desires are on their way to her. She does not permit just anything to enter her mind. She filters out the noise of the world, rejecting thoughts and ideas that do not align with her highest vision for herself. She is aware of the constant bombardment of opinions, fears, and distractions from outside sources, and she chooses to remain centered and grounded. She does not give her energy to gossip, criticism, or negativity, knowing that such things can easily take root and grow if allowed. Instead, she focuses her attention on what uplifts, empowers, and aligns with her inner truth. Her mental discipline is not born out of fear, but out of love for herself and her dreams. She values her peace and clarity too much to allow them to be compromised by fleeting doubts or external chaos. When negative thoughts arise, and they inevitably do, she does not fight or suppress them. Instead, she observes them with detachment, acknowledging their presence without letting them take control. She replaces them with thoughts of possibility, gratitude, and strength, shifting her focus back to what she desires to create. This woman is deeply selective about the information and influences she consumes. She understands that what she feeds her mind shapes her perception, and ultimately her reality. Whether it is the media she watches, the books she reads, or the conversations she engages in, she chooses wisely. She surrounds herself with inspiration, wisdom, and positivity, knowing that these elements nourish her mind and keep it aligned with her purpose. She does not allow toxic or limiting beliefs to infiltrate her sacred space, for she knows the cost is too great. Her inner world is her sanctuary, and she treats it as such. She takes time to cultivate stillness and silence, creating space for reflection and connection with her inner self. Through practices like meditation, journaling, or simply moments of quiet, she ensures that her mind remains clear and focused. These moments are not indulgences but necessities, allowing her to reset, recharge, and realign with her intentions. By guarding her mind, she creates an environment where creativity, intuition, and clarity can flourish. She is also conscious of the power of her words and how they reflect the state of her mind. She speaks with intention, understanding that her words are extensions of her thoughts and carry the energy she wishes to manifest. She avoids speaking in self-defeating or limiting ways, choosing instead to affirm her strength, capability, and worth. Her language reinforces the sacredness of her mental space, keeping her focused on what is possible rather than what is lacking. This woman's ability to guard her mind extends to her interactions with others. She is mindful of the company she keeps, surrounding herself with those who respect her boundaries and uplift her spirit. She does not entertain relationships that drain her energy or fill her mind with doubt. While she is compassionate and understanding, she does not allow others to project their fears or insecurities onto her. She knows that protecting her mind is not about shutting people out, but about discerning what aligns with her truth and what does not. Her guarded mind is not a fortress of rigidity, but a sanctuary of intentionality. She remains open to growth, learning, and new perspectives, but she filters them through the lens of her values and vision. She is not swayed by every passing trend or opinion, but remains anchored in her own inner guidance. This balance allows her to remain adaptable without compromising her integrity. The results of her guarded mind are evident in her life. She exudes a sense of calm, focus, and strength that others cannot help but notice. Her clarity of thought translates into decisive actions, and her unwavering belief in herself propels her toward her goals. She faces challenges with resilience, knowing that her mind is her greatest asset and her strongest ally. No matter what life throws at her, she trusts in her ability to navigate it with wisdom and grace. This woman teaches us the importance of treating our minds as sacred spaces. She reminds us that what we allow into our consciousness shapes not only how we see the world, but also what we create within it. By guarding her mind, she creates a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment, showing us all that the key to transformation begins within. A woman who radiates grace and strength is a presence that commands attention without demanding it. Her power lies not in what she says or does, but in who she is. Her essence speaks louder than words. She moves through life with a quiet confidence, knowing that her strength is not something she needs to assert aggressively, but something she embodies effortlessly. Grace and strength are her natural states, and they shine through her every action, decision, and interaction. Her grace is rooted in her ability to remain composed in all circumstances. She does not allow the chaos of the world to disturb her inner peace. Whether faced with adversity, success, or uncertainty, she carries herself with dignity, choosing to respond rather than react. Her calm demeanor inspires trust and respect, as others sense her unshakable inner stability. This is not a facade, but the result of her deep self-awareness and understanding of the transient nature of external circumstances. Her strength, however, is not loud or forceful, it is quiet, but undeniable. She possesses an inner fortitude that allows her to persevere through life's challenges. This strength is born from her ability to embrace her vulnerabilities, rather than hide from them. She understands that true strength comes from acknowledging her fears, doubts, and pain, and then rising above them. This acceptance of her humanity makes her resilient, for she knows that every setback is an opportunity for growth. She carries herself with grace not to impress others, but because it aligns with her values. She is kind, compassionate, and considerate, yet these qualities do not make her weak. On the contrary, they reveal the depth of her strength. It takes courage to remain kind in a world that can be harsh, and it takes fortitude to maintain compassion when faced with cruelty or indifference. Her grace is not about perfection, but about being genuine and intentional in her actions. Her strength is reflected in her ability to set boundaries and stand firm in her convictions. She does not bend to please others or compromise her integrity for approval. While she is empathetic and understanding, she is not afraid to say no when necessary. This balance between grace and strength ensures that she is not taken advantage of, and it allows her to protect her energy and focus on what truly matters. She does not seek to control others, but instead exercises control over herself, her emotions, reactions, and choices. Her grace extends to the way she treats herself. She does not berate herself for her mistakes or shortcomings, but approaches herself with kindness and forgiveness. She understands that self-compassion is not indulgence but necessity, for it is the foundation of her strength. By nurturing her well-being, she ensures that she can show up fully in her relationships, work, and life's pursuits. Her ability to be gentle with herself sets an example for others, showing them the power of self-love and acceptance. In her relationships, she radiates grace and strength through her ability to communicate with clarity and empathy. She listens deeply, speaks thoughtfully, and seeks understanding rather than dominance. She does not engage in unnecessary conflicts or dramas, choosing instead to prioritize harmony and mutual respect. Yet, she does not avoid confrontation when it is necessary to uphold her principles or advocate for what is right. Her strength lies in her ability to navigate challenges with integrity and wisdom. This woman's grace and strength are also evident in her presence. She does not need to seek validation or approval, for she is secure in her worth. This self-assurance makes her magnetic, as others are drawn to her calm confidence and authenticity. She does not try to be someone she is not, and this genuineness inspires those around her to embrace their own uniqueness. Her presence alone is a reminder of what is possible when one lives with alignment and intention. Her grace and strength are not qualities she was necessarily born with, but ones she has cultivated over time. She has faced trials that tested her resolve and experienced moments that required her to rise above her fears. Through it all, she chose to learn, grow, and evolve. Her grace is the result of her ability to find beauty in life's imperfections, and her strength is the outcome of her refusal to give up, no matter the odds. This woman reminds us all that grace and strength are not mutually exclusive. They complement each other, creating a harmony that is both powerful and inspiring. She teaches us that true strength does not need to dominate but can coexist with gentleness, and that true grace is not about being flawless but about being authentic. In her we see the embodiment of a balanced and empowered life, one that radiates beauty, resilience, and purpose. In this journey of understanding the essence of a chosen woman, we see that her power lies in her ability to walk with purpose, strength, and authenticity. She knows that her worth comes not from external validation, but from her alignment with her inner truth. She lives intentionally, commanding her reality rather than pleading for it, guarding her mind as a sacred space, and embodying grace and strength in every facet of her being. She understands the profound truth that her world is shaped by her thoughts, her actions, and her unwavering belief in herself. This woman does not merely exist, she thrives, radiating an energy that inspires those around her. She is a testament to what is possible when one chooses to live deliberately, refusing to settle for anything less than the life she envisions. Her story is a reminder to us all that we hold the power to create, to rise, and to embody the extraordinary. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of the chosen woman's qualities. May her journey inspire you to step into your own power, live with intention, and shine with the brilliance that only you can bring to this world. You are always talking to yourself. Even in moments of silence, your mind whispers a constant dialogue. But have you ever stopped to listen? Not merely to hear, but to truly listen to the words you are speaking to yourself? For those words, whether you recognize their power or not, are the architects of your reality. For the next 3 days, I invite you to become the deliberate author of your inner story. Speak to yourself as though you are already the person you long to become. Imagine it, the health, the wealth, the love, the peace, all yours. Now, do not wait for evidence in the world outside. Create the evidence within. Tell yourself, I am whole, complete, and radiant. My desires are fulfilled effortlessly. Everything I seek is seeking me. I walk in the assurance that my dreams are already mine. Your inner dialogue is the most powerful tool you possess, whether you are conscious of it or not. Every thought you think, every word you whisper to yourself, forms the foundation of your reality. The conversations you hold within are not idle, they are the architects of your life, silently shaping your experiences, relationships, and the opportunities that flow to you. When you wake up in the morning, what are the first thoughts that cross your mind? Are they thoughts of gratitude and anticipation, or do they spiral into worry and doubt? These initial thoughts are more significant than you might believe. They set the tone for your day, coloring the way you perceive the world and influencing how the world perceives you. You may think that your external circumstances dictate your inner dialogue, but the truth is, it's the other way around. Your internal narrative precedes and creates your external conditions. The remarkable thing about inner dialogue is that it operates as a self-fulfilling prophecy. The subconscious mind, which acts as the silent builder of your reality, cannot distinguish between what is true and what you imagine to be true. It takes every word you feed it as an instruction, a blueprint to follow. If you consistently tell yourself, I am not good enough, I can't do this, or I will never succeed, your subconscious accepts these statements as facts and adjusts your reality accordingly. You might find obstacles arising where none existed before, or opportunities slipping away as though they were never meant for you. On the other hand, consider what happens when your inner dialogue aligns with your desires rather than your fears. When you replace negative, self-defeating thoughts with affirmations of success, love, and abundance, you rewrite the script of your life. Words like, I am capable, I am worthy, and everything is working in my favor carry an energy that transforms your state of mind. They elevate your vibration and bring you into harmony with the life you want to live. This process requires awareness and intentionality. Most people are unaware of the endless chatter in their minds, much of which is automatic and influenced by past conditioning. Becoming conscious of your inner dialogue is the first step toward mastery. Pay attention to the words you use when you speak to yourself. Are they words of encouragement or criticism? Do they build you up or tear you down? Awareness alone can begin to shift the balance. Once you've recognized the patterns, the next step is to consciously replace unhelpful thoughts with empowering ones. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing the perspective that best serves you. If a challenge arises, instead of thinking, this is impossible, you might say, I'll find a way through this. This subtle shift doesn't deny the challenge, it changes your relationship with it. Instead of seeing it as a barrier, you begin to see it as an opportunity to grow. Over time, this practice of deliberate self-talk becomes second nature. It's not about repeating empty phrases or mindless affirmations, but about cultivating a genuine belief in your potential. As you persist, you'll notice changes not only within yourself but also in the world around you. People will respond differently to you. Circumstances will align in your favor, and what once seemed out of reach will become attainable. The power of inner dialogue lies in its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need special tools or training to begin. All you need is the willingness to listen to yourself and the courage to rewrite the story you've been telling. When you take control of your inner dialogue, you take control of your life. You are no longer a passive participant in your story, but an active creator, shaping your reality with every word you speak to yourself. To assume the feeling of fulfillment is to live, in this moment, as though your deepest desires are already realized. It is not a mere act of pretending or hoping, but a conscious shift in your state of being. When you embody the feeling of having what you desire, you align yourself with the reality you wish to experience. This is the key to unlocking the life you have always dreamed of, for your inner world dictates your outer reality. The essence of fulfillment begins with imagination. The mind, limitless and boundless, is the canvas upon which all your desires are painted. To assume the feeling of fulfillment, you must first create a vivid image of what you wish to experience. But this is not enough. The image must be accompanied by the corresponding emotion. If your desire is wealth, do not merely picture money in your hands. Instead, feel the freedom, security, and joy that wealth brings. If your longing is for love, do not stop at imagining a partner by your side. Feel the warmth of companionship, the excitement of connection, and the peace of being truly understood. The secret lies in the fact that your mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you assume the feeling of fulfillment, you impress upon your subconscious mind the belief that your desire is already yours. The subconscious, being non-discriminatory, takes this as truth and begins to orchestrate events, circumstances, and opportunities that align with this belief. Your outer world begins to shift, not by chance, but as a reflection of the state you have embodied. This process does not demand effort in the traditional sense. It is not about striving or forcing outcomes. In fact, the very act of striving often implies a signal to the universe that you believe your desire is still out of reach. Instead, to assume the feeling of fulfillment is to rest in the knowing that what you seek is already yours. It is a state of relaxed confidence where doubt and fear have no place. You may wonder how to achieve this feeling when reality seems to contradict your desires. The answer lies in discipline and persistence. Begin by setting aside time each day to quiet your mind and enter a state of stillness. In this state, free from the distractions of the external world, imagine your desire as vividly as possible. Engage all your senses. See it, hear it, touch it, and most importantly, feel it. Let the joy, gratitude, and satisfaction of already having what you want wash over you. This practice may feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable. Your rational mind, conditioned by years of focusing on what is, may resist. But with consistent practice, the feeling will become more natural. Over time, it will take root in your subconscious, becoming the foundation upon which your reality is built. What makes this approach so transformative is that it shifts your focus from lack to abundance. When you assume the feeling of fulfillment, you no longer dwell on what you don't have. Instead, you anchor yourself in the energy of already having. This shift not only changes your inner state, but also your actions and interactions. You move through the world with a confidence and magnetism that draws your desires closer to you. It is important to remember that assuming the feeling of fulfillment does not mean denying your current reality. It means choosing to see beyond it. It is not about ignoring challenges, but about facing them from a place of strength and assurance. When you embody the state of fulfillment, even obstacles lose their power to derail you. They become stepping stones, guiding you closer to your goal. To assume the feeling of fulfillment is to live as the creator of your reality. It is a powerful reminder that you are not at the mercy of external circumstances. Everything you need to manifest your desires is already within you. By embodying the state of fulfillment, you step into your true power and claim the life that has always been waiting for you. Words are far more than simple expressions of thought. They are seeds of creation, carrying within them the power to shape the reality you experience. Every word you speak, whether aloud or in the quiet chambers of your mind, plants itself into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Like seeds planted in a garden, these words take root and grow, eventually blossoming into the circumstances, relationships, and outcomes of your life. The question is not whether your words will create, but what they will create. But Consider the nature of seeds. Each one holds within it the blueprint of its potential. A single acorn contains the possibility of a towering oak, just as a word carries within it the energy to manifest its corresponding reality. When you speak words of love, confidence, and abundance, you plant seeds that yield experiences of joy, strength, and prosperity. Conversely, words of doubt, fear, and limitation sow weeds that can choke out the beauty you long to cultivate. The subconscious mind is the soil in which these seeds are sown. It does not discriminate between what is good or bad, true or false. It simply nurtures whatever is planted. If you habitually say, "I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, or nothing ever works out for me," your subconscious takes these statements as instructions, working tirelessly to bring them to life. It creates conditions that confirm your beliefs, not out of malice, but out of unwavering obedience to the seeds you've planted. On the other hand, imagine the transformative power of planting intentional seeds. What if you began to speak words that reflect the life you wish to live, even before you see evidence of it in the physical world? Statements like, "I am worthy of love, opportunities flow to me effortlessly, and I am a magnet for success," are not mere affirmations, they are creative commands. When repeated with conviction and belief, they set the wheels of creation in motion, aligning your inner world with the outer reality you desire. The process requires mindfulness and care, much like tending to a garden. A gardener does not plant seeds and then leave the field untended. They nurture the soil, water the seeds, and remove weeds that threaten to overtake the growth. Similarly, you must guard your words and thoughts, ensuring they align with the vision you hold for your life. If a negative thought arises, treat it as a weed to be gently but firmly removed. Replace it with a word or phrase that supports your growth. It's not enough to simply avoid speaking negative words. You must actively cultivate the habit of speaking words of power and possibility. Speak as though your desired reality already exists, for in truth it does, first in your imagination, and then in your external experience. By consistently affirming the life you want, you imprint these desires onto your subconscious mind, which begins to guide your actions, decisions, and perceptions toward their fulfillment. Faith is a crucial element in this process. Just as a farmer trusts that the seeds planted will eventually sprout, you must trust in the unseen forces that bring your words to fruition. There may be a period where nothing seems to happen, where the soil appears barren. But beneath the surface, the seeds are germinating, breaking open, and sending roots deep into the earth. It is during this time that your faith must remain steadfast. The beauty of this principle is its universality. It applies to every area of life: health, wealth, relationships, and personal growth. Words have no limits. They carry the energy of your intention to every corner of your existence. They are the tools by which you carve your destiny, the brushstrokes that paint the masterpiece of your life. You are always planting seeds with your words, whether consciously or unconsciously. Make the choice to speak only what you wish to grow. Speak of abundance, and abundance will find you. Speak of love, and love will surround you. Speak of peace, and peace will fill your days. The garden of your life reflects the seeds you sow. So choose your words wisely, for they hold within them the power to create worlds. At its core, consistency is about commitment. It is a promise you make to yourself to show up, regardless of circumstances. There will be days when motivation wanes, when the initial excitement of a goal has faded, and progress feels slow or invisible. These are the moments when consistency becomes your greatest ally. By continuing to take action, even when you don't see immediate results, you build momentum and lay the foundation for success. The process of consistency is often invisible, much like the roots of a tree that grow beneath the surface before the first signs of growth appear. Imagine a seed planted in the earth. For weeks, perhaps months, nothing seems to happen. Yet, within the soil, the seed is sprouting roots, establishing the strength it will need to sustain its growth. Similarly, your consistent efforts may seem fruitless at first, but they are cultivating the habits, discipline, and resilience required for long-term success. One of the most overlooked aspects of consistency is its ability to rewire your identity. Every time you act in alignment with your goals, No matter how small the action, you reinforce the belief that you are the kind of person who follows through. For instance, if you aim to become healthier, consistently choosing nutritious meals or taking a daily walk signals to your subconscious mind, "I am someone who prioritizes my health over time." These actions shift your identity, making the desired behavior effortless and natural. The beauty of consistency is that it simplifies the path to success. Instead of being overwhelmed by the magnitude of a goal, you focus on the manageable, daily actions that move you closer to it. Want to write a book? Commit to writing 500 words a day. Want to improve your fitness? Start with 15 minutes of exercise each morning. These small actions may seem insignificant, but over time they accumulate into meaningful results. Consistency is also the antidote to impatience. In a world that prizes instant gratification, it teaches you the value of delayed rewards. It reminds you that the most enduring achievements are not those gained quickly, but those earned through steady, persistent effort. When you embrace consistency, you release the need for immediate validation and trust in the process. The results of consistency are exponential. What begins as small, incremental progress eventually leads to breakthroughs. The compound effect, the principle that small, consistent actions multiply over time, means that the longer you stay consistent, the greater your rewards will be. A single day of effort may seem trivial, but a year of consistent effort can transform your life. Consistency is about faith in your vision, in the power of small actions, and in the unseen forces that guide your efforts. It is the steady drumbeat that drives progress, the quiet determination that outlasts fleeting inspiration. When you commit to consistency, you unlock the ability to create lasting change, proving that true power lies not in what you do occasionally, but in what you do consistently. This faith is not passive, it is an active state of being. It requires you to live as though your desires are already realized. You align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you wish to create, regardless of what the outer world reflects. This alignment is a declaration to the universe that you trust its processes and timing. It is the bridge between the formless and the tangible, the unseen and the seen. The power of faith lies in its ability to sustain you during moments of doubt or delay. There will be times when progress seems slow, when the path forward is unclear, and when external circumstances appear to contradict your desires. In these moments, faith becomes your anchor. It reminds you that appearances are fleeting and that the unseen forces of creation are always at work, orchestrating events, opportunities, and connections that align with your vision. Faith in the unseen also demands surrender, releasing the need to control every detail of how and when your desires will manifest. This surrender is not a sign of weakness but of profound strength. It is an acknowledgement that there are forces greater than your conscious mind, working in ways you cannot yet comprehend. By letting go of the need to force outcomes, you open yourself to possibilities far beyond what you could imagine. The unseen realm is where imagination and belief play their most vital roles. Imagination is the faculty through which you glimpse what is possible. When you vividly imagine your desired outcome, you plant the seed of its creation in your subconscious mind. But faith waters this seed, nurturing it with the conviction that it will grow. Belief acts as the sunlight, providing the energy needed to bring your vision into reality. One of the greatest challenges of faith in the unseen is resisting the temptation to judge by appearances. The external world often mirrors your past thoughts and beliefs rather than the new reality you are creating. If you allow yourself to be swayed by what you see, you risk falling into doubt and undoing your progress. Faith requires you to look beyond the surface, trusting that the seeds you have planted are growing even when the soil appears barren. Faith in the unseen also transforms how you approach obstacles. Challenges are no longer viewed as barriers but as stepping stones, opportunities to grow stronger and more aligned with your desires. When you trust in the unseen, you begin to see every setback as a redirection, guiding you towards something even better than you originally envisioned. This kind of faith is not limited to manifesting specific desires, it is a way of life. It teaches you to trust in the inherent order of the universe, to believe that everything unfolds for your highest good. It allows you to navigate uncertainty with grace, knowing that you are always supported by unseen forces working tirelessly on your behalf. To have faith in the unseen is to embrace the mystery of creation. It is to stand firm in the knowledge that your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings are powerful forces, shaping the fabric of your reality. When you live with this faith, you align yourself with the infinite possibilities of life, transforming your desires into tangible experiences. This faith is the ultimate creative act, a testament to your trust in the unseen power that governs all things. Self-talk is one of the most profound forms of prayer, yet it is often overlooked. The words you speak to yourself, the internal dialogue that accompanies your every thought and action, hold immense power. It is not simply a mental habit, it is a communication with the deeper aspects of your being, the divine essence within you. When you recognize that self-talk is a constant prayer, you begin to see how each word you utter is a seed, carrying the potential to shape your life in profound ways. Prayer is often thought of as a formal act, words spoken to an external deity or written in sacred texts. But the essence of prayer is much simpler and more intimate. It is the alignment of your thoughts and feelings with what you desire. Your self-talk performs this function continuously, shaping your beliefs, emotions, and ultimately your reality. Whether you realize it or not, every time you speak to yourself, you are setting the tone for what you expect from life and what life will reflect back to you. Imagine that your inner dialogue is a direct conversation with the infinite creative force within you. This force, whether you call it God, the universe, or simply your subconscious mind, listens attentively to every word. It takes your self-talk as instruction, translating it into the experiences, opportunities, and challenges you encounter. If your inner dialogue is filled with fear, doubt, and self-criticism, you are praying for limitation and struggle, even if that is not your conscious intention. Conversely, when your self-talk is rooted in love, confidence, and faith, you are praying for abundance, peace, and success. The key to transforming your life through self-talk as prayer is awareness. Many people operate on autopilot, repeating negative or limiting beliefs without realizing the impact. These internal scripts, often formed in childhood or through past experiences, become habitual, shaping their reality in unintended ways. The first step is to become conscious of your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the words you use when you think about yourself, your goals, and your challenges. Are they words of encouragement and hope, or do they echo doubt and fear? Once you become aware of your self-talk, you can begin to intentionally reshape it. This is not about ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It is about choosing a perspective that aligns with your highest good. If you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never succeed," gently replace it with, "I am capable of achieving my goals." If you hear yourself saying, "I'm not enough," counter it with, "I am worthy of love and success." These shifts may feel small, even insignificant, but over time they rewire your subconscious mind, creating a new foundation for your beliefs and actions. Self-talk as prayer also involves emotion. Words alone, without feeling, lack the power to move the creative forces within you. When you speak to yourself, infuse your words with genuine emotion. Feel the joy of success, the peace of love, or the excitement of new opportunities as though they are already yours. This combination of intentional words and heartfelt emotion sends a powerful message to your subconscious mind, reinforcing the reality you wish to create. Patience is essential in this process. Just as a farmer does not plant seeds and expect a harvest the next day, you must give your self-talk time to take root and bear fruit. Trust that your consistent, intentional words are working behind the scenes, even when you see no immediate results. Faith in the unseen is the foundation of all effective prayer, including the prayers you speak to yourself. Self-talk as prayer is about reclaiming your creative power. It is about recognizing that you are not a passive participant in life, but an active co-creator of your reality. That every word you speak to yourself is a choice to align with fear or faith, limitation or possibility, scarcity or abundance. By choosing your words wisely and speaking to yourself with love, confidence, and gratitude, you harness the power of prayer to transform your life from within. In doing so, you become the architect of a reality that reflects your deepest desires and highest aspirations. In the grand theater of life, every soul is both the author and the actor. Yet, how often do we play the role of a victim, relinquishing our creative power to the seeming forces of the world? I tell you now, you are not a victim of circumstances, misfortunes, or failures. You are a victor, the master of your destiny, and the architect of your reality. To be a victor is to know that your life is not shaped by chance, but by choice. The world you see, with all its challenges and blessings, is a reflection of the thoughts and feelings you carry within. When you imagine yourself as a conqueror, as one who overcomes, the universe rearranges itself to mirror that image. The imagination is the greatest gift bestowed upon humanity, the unseen force through which we shape our reality. Most people view imagination as mere fantasy, a whimsical escape from the tangible world. But in truth, it is the seed from which all creation blossoms. Everything you experience, every joy, challenge, success, or failure can be traced back to the images and emotions you have entertained in the mind. To understand this principle is to unlock the key to transforming your life. When you close your eyes and imagine, you are not engaging in idle daydreaming. You are actively creating. The world around you may seem rigid, unchangeable, governed by external forces. But this is an illusion. The real power lies within, in the visions you hold and the feelings you cultivate. Every building, every invention, every piece of art, and every great achievement began as a formless idea, nurtured by the imagination of an individual who dared to believe in its reality. You may wonder how something as intangible as imagination can influence the material world. The answer lies in the connection between thought and experience. Your thoughts generate feelings, and your feelings shape your actions. These actions, in turn, dictate the life you live. If you imagine yourself as successful, capable, and abundant, you align your emotions and behaviors with these qualities. On the other hand, if you dwell on fear, lack, or failure, your actions and experiences will reflect those states. Imagination does not require the approval of the senses. What you see, hear, touch, or experience in the physical world does not limit what you can imagine. In fact, the most profound changes occur when you dare to imagine something entirely contrary to your current circumstances. Consider the person who is financially struggling yet imagines themselves living in abundance. To the outside world, this might seem foolish or delusional, but if they persist in their vision, something remarkable happens. Their inner state begins to shift. They feel a sense of wealth and gratitude, even before it manifests outwardly. This shift in feeling is the magnet that draws new opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with their imagined reality. It is important to note that imagination operates continuously, whether you are conscious of it or not. Most people allow their imagination to run unchecked, replaying scenes of worry, regret, or fear. They unknowingly create lives filled with the very things they wish to avoid. This is why becoming aware of your imagination and directing it purposefully is so vital. You must guard your thoughts as a gardener guards their crops, pulling out the weeds of doubt and negativity and planting seeds of hope, faith, and love. The key to effective use of imagination lies in embodying the feeling of your desired outcome. It is not enough to think about success or happiness. You must feel it as though it is already yours. When you close your eyes and imagine, allow yourself to fully immerse in the experience. See the details, hear the sounds, and feel the emotions. For example, if you desire a new home, imagine walking through it. Feel the texture of the walls, smell the fresh paint, hear the sound of your footsteps echoing in the halls. This vivid, emotional connection to your vision is what activates the creative process. Doubt often creeps in when we imagine something that feels too far removed from our current reality. But doubt is a learned response, a product of conditioning and past disappointments. It has no power unless you give it power. When doubt arises, remember that the imagination does not operate within the constraints of logic or reason. Its domain is limitless and its power is infinite. Trust that what you vividly imagine and deeply believe is already on its way to becoming your reality. Many will say, I have tried imagining, but nothing changed. This reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of the process. Imagination is not about wishful thinking or fleeting moments of visualization. It requires persistence and faith. Just as a seed planted in the soil needs time, water, and sunlight to grow, your imagined vision requires consistency and nurturing. You must return to it daily, reaffirming your belief in its reality, even when no visible evidence exists. The most beautiful aspect of imagination is that it frees you from the confines of the past. No matter what has happened before, you have the power to create something entirely new. You are not bound by your mistakes, failures, or circumstances. Each moment offers a fresh canvas upon which you can paint the life you desire. The only limitation is the scope of your vision. Imagination is not an escape from reality, it is the foundation of reality. To live without harnessing its power is to drift aimlessly, subject to the whims of chance. But to live with intentional imagination is to step into the role of creator, shaping your world with purpose and precision. As you awaken to this truth, you will realize that your life is not something that happens to you, it is something you create. So close your eyes, dream boldly, and dare to imagine a reality that reflects the greatness within you. For what you imagine today will become the life you live tomorrow. In life, we often find ourselves surrounded by circumstances that seem insurmountable, as though they hold the ultimate power to dictate who we are and what we can achieve. But this is a false narrative, one that many accept without question. The truth is, circumstances do not define you, they merely reflect your inner state. You are far greater than the sum of your experiences, and within you lies the power to rise above any situation, no matter how daunting it may seem. Circumstances are like the surface of a lake, ever changing, influenced by external forces such as wind, rain, or sunlight. Yet beneath the surface lies a depth that remains untouched by these fleeting conditions. That depth is your true self, the essence of who you are beyond appearances. To believe that your identity is tied to the surface is to live in a state of limitation, constantly reacting to what happens around you. But when you recognize that you are the stillness beneath the waves, you free yourself from the grip of circumstance. Many people allow their current conditions to dictate their thoughts, feelings, and ultimately their actions. They say, I can't be happy because of this, or I'll never succeed because of that. In doing so, they hand over their creative power to the external world, becoming prisoners of their environment. However, the key to freedom lies in understanding that circumstances are not fixed, they are malleable. They are the product of past thoughts, beliefs, and choices. Change those inner factors, and the outer conditions must follow suit. This does not mean ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. Instead, it is about refusing to let those challenges define your sense of self. For example, a person who loses their job might be tempted to think, I am a failure. But the job loss is merely an event, it does not diminish their inherent worth or potential. By shifting their perspective and seeing the situation as an opportunity for growth or redirection, they reclaim their power. The event remains the same, but its meaning changes, and with it, the path forward. Your ability to rise above circumstances begins with awareness. Recognize when you are identifying too closely with a situation, when you are letting it dictate how you see yourself. Pause and remind yourself that no condition is permanent. The most challenging moments in life often carry within them the seeds of transformation. What feels like an obstacle today may, in hindsight, be the very thing that propelled you to greater heights. Consider the stories of those who have overcome great adversity. These individuals often faced circumstances far more difficult than most of us can imagine: poverty, illness, loss, or failure. Yet they refused to let those circumstances define them. Instead, they used them as stepping stones to create something extraordinary. What separates these individuals is not their circumstances, but their response to them. They chose to see themselves as more than their situation, and in doing so, they transcended it. The power of choice cannot be overstated. No matter what is happening around you, you always have the power to choose your thoughts and attitudes. This choice may feel small, even insignificant, in the face of overwhelming circumstances, but it is the foundation of true freedom. When you choose to see yourself as capable, resilient, and worthy regardless of external conditions, you set a new course for your life. Your circumstances may not change overnight, but as you persist in this inner shift, the outer world will begin to reflect it. It is also essential to understand that circumstances are not punishments or rewards, they are neutral. They gain meaning only through the interpretations you give them. If you see a setback as a failure, it becomes a weight that holds you down. But if you see it as a lesson or an opportunity, it becomes a tool for growth. This perspective is entirely within your control, and it is what allows you to rise above any situation. Faith plays a crucial role in transcending circumstances. Faith is the assurance that your current situation does not define your ultimate reality. It is the conviction that, regardless of appearances, you have the power to create a new experience. This faith is not blind optimism, but a deep knowing that the creative force within you is greater than any external condition. As you cultivate this mindset, you will find that circumstances lose their grip on you. They may still arise, as challenges are a natural part of life, but they no longer have the power to dictate your identity or your destiny. You will begin to see yourself not as a victim of your environment, but as the creator of your experience. And in that realization, you will discover true freedom. You are not defined by what happens to you, but by how you choose to respond. Circumstances may shape your path temporarily, but they do not determine who you are or what you can achieve. You are far greater than any situation you face, and the power to rise above lies within you. Stand firm in this truth, and watch as the world begins to reflect the strength, resilience, and greatness that you carry. To assume the feeling of victory is to embody the very essence of success, even before it becomes visible in your external world. It is an act of aligning yourself with the energy and mindset of a person who has already triumphed. This principle is not a mere intellectual exercise, it is the practice of living and thinking as though the victory you desire has already been realized. To fully understand this concept, we must first recognize that our outer reality is a reflection of our inner state. The feelings we carry and the assumptions we make about ourselves shape the events that unfold in our lives. Imagine a champion standing on the podium, their arms raised in celebration, basking in the glow of their victory. The joy, the sense of accomplishment, the pride, they are not just thoughts but feelings that they carry in their being. What if, instead of waiting for the moment of victory to arrive, you could step into that feeling right now? By doing so, you would begin to attract the circumstances that match this feeling, because the world around us is shaped by what we believe and feel. The feeling of victory is the magnetic force that draws success into your life, and the more you can saturate yourself in this feeling, the quicker it will manifest. The power of assuming the feeling of victory lies in its ability to influence not only your thoughts but your actions. When you feel victorious, you act with confidence, resilience, and determination. You make decisions from a place of strength rather than fear. You move forward with conviction, knowing that success is inevitable. This feeling of certainty becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your actions reflect your belief that you are already victorious, and the results will follow suit. But how do you step into this feeling when your current circumstances may suggest otherwise? The key is to understand that the world around you is an illusion, constantly shifting and reflecting your inner beliefs. Your current situation, no matter how challenging, is only temporary. It is a reflection of past thoughts and emotions, not an indicator of your true potential. Therefore, to change your reality, you must first change the way you feel about yourself and your future. When you assume the feeling of victory, you are consciously shifting your mental state to one of success, even if the evidence has not yet manifested in your life. This process requires faith. Faith is the belief that your assumed feelings will eventually materialize into your physical reality. It is not a passive hope, but an active trust in the creative power of your imagination. To assume the feeling of victory is to trust that the victory you are experiencing in your mind will soon be reflected in the world around you. You must believe that the inner changes you are making are as real and powerful as any external achievement. This requires a shift in how you perceive time. Victory does not always arrive in the form we expect or on the timeline we anticipate, but it always comes when we align ourselves with the feeling of having already achieved it. There will be moments of doubt and resistance. You may question if this practice really works or if it is just wishful thinking. But remember, feelings precede manifestations. A seed, when planted in the ground, does not immediately sprout into a tree. It requires time, nurturing, and care. Similarly, the feeling of victory, when assumed and sustained, will eventually manifest in the world around you. The key is to persist even when there is no outward evidence of your success. Trust that the feeling you are embodying is creating the conditions for your victory to unfold. To assume the feeling of victory, it is helpful to visualize yourself already living your desired outcome. Take a few moments each day to close your eyes and immerse yourself in the feeling of having achieved your goal. See the details of your success, whether it is a business triumph, a personal goal, or a spiritual breakthrough. Feel the emotions that come with that success: pride, joy, relief, and gratitude. Allow yourself to fully experience these emotions in the present moment. The more vividly you can imagine and feel your success, the more you align your energy with it. In time, your external reality will shift to match the internal world you have created. Another powerful way to assume the feeling of victory is to change your self-talk. The words you speak to yourself shape your self-image and influence the actions you take. If you constantly tell yourself that you are struggling, that success is out of reach, or that victory is for others but not for you, then you are reinforcing a mindset of defeat. But when you speak to yourself as a victor, as someone who has already achieved their goals, you begin to rewrite your internal narrative. Tell yourself, I am successful. I am successful. I am a winner. My dreams are already coming true. These affirmations, when spoken with conviction and belief, will help anchor the feeling of victory in your consciousness. Assuming the feeling of victory is a transformative practice that empowers you to create your desired reality. It is the art of living as though success is already yours, and in doing so you become a magnet for it. As you immerse yourself in the feeling of victory, you will find that challenges become opportunities, setbacks become lessons, and every step you take brings you closer to the manifestation of your dreams. Trust in the process, remain persistent, and know that the victory you feel today will soon become the reality you experience tomorrow. Awareness is the gateway to transformation. It is the key that unlocks the door to your true potential and allows you to step into a life of purpose, clarity, and fulfillment. Many people go through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances and allowing external events to shape their thoughts and emotions. But true power lies in the ability to be aware of what is happening both inside and around you. Awareness is not simply about being conscious of the present moment, but it is about understanding the deeper currents that drive your thoughts, feelings, and actions. At its core, awareness is about observation. It is the practice of stepping back from the stream of daily life and becoming the observer of your own experience. When you are aware, you no longer identify with your thoughts or emotions. You recognize that you are not your thoughts, but the observer of them. You are not your fears or anxieties, but the one who notices them. This shift in perspective allows you to detach from the constant noise of the mind and tap into a higher state of consciousness. It is in this state of heightened awareness that your true power resides. One of the most profound aspects of awareness is its ability to reveal the nature of your inner world. Most people go through life unaware of the patterns and beliefs that govern their behavior. They may have limiting beliefs about themselves, their worth, or their ability to succeed, but these beliefs operate in the background, shaping their decisions without them even realizing it. Awareness brings these unconscious beliefs into the light, allowing you to examine them, and if necessary, replace them with more empowering ones. Once you are aware of the stories you have been telling yourself, you can rewrite them and create a new narrative, one that aligns with your true desires and goals. Awareness also reveals the power of choice. When you are not aware, you are at the mercy of your circumstances. You react automatically to external events driven by emotions like fear, anger, or frustration. But when you are aware, you realize that you have the power to choose how you respond. You no longer have to be a victim of your circumstances. You can choose to respond from a place of calm, clarity, and wisdom. This ability to choose is what separates those who live reactive lives from those who live deliberately and with purpose. With awareness, you begin to take responsibility for your own life. You stop blaming external factors and start recognizing that you are the creator of your experience. Awareness is also the foundation of self-mastery. To master anything, you must first be aware of it. If you want to master your emotions, you must become aware of how you feel in any given moment. If you want to master your thoughts, you must be aware of the quality of your thinking. If you want to master your actions, you must be aware of the habits and patterns that govern your behavior. Awareness allows you to see where you are and where you want to go, and it gives you the clarity to make the changes needed to reach your goals. Without awareness, you are like a ship adrift at sea, unaware of the direction you are heading. But with awareness, you can navigate with precision, choosing the path that will lead you to the life you desire. In addition to self-mastery, awareness fosters compassion and understanding. When you are aware of your own thoughts and emotions, you become more empathetic to the experiences of others. You recognize that everyone is dealing with their own inner battles, and that people's behavior is often a reflection of their own struggles. Awareness enables you to respond with kindness and understanding, rather than judgment. It creates a sense of connection, because when you are aware of your own humanity, you are better able to recognize it in others. This compassionate awareness enhances your relationships and allows you to interact with others from a place of love, not fear. The practice of awareness also deepens your connection to the present moment. So often people live in the past or the future, dwelling on what has been or worrying about what might be. But the present moment is where true power lies. In the present, you have the ability to create, to choose, and to act. When you are fully aware of the present moment, you are no longer caught in the stories of your past or the anxieties of your future. You are free to be fully engaged in life, to experience the richness of each moment, and to act with purpose and intention. The present is where life happens, and awareness allows you to tap into that flow. Another powerful aspect of awareness is its ability to dissolve limiting beliefs and negative patterns. Often the things that hold us back are not external obstacles but internal beliefs that limit our potential. These beliefs, such as I am not good enough, I am not deserving of success, or I will never be able to change, are deeply ingrained in our subconscious minds. But when you become aware of these beliefs, they lose their power. Simply acknowledging them is the first step in freeing yourself from them. You can then replace them with new, empowering beliefs that align with the reality you wish to create. To cultivate awareness, practice being present in every moment. Pay attention to your thoughts, your feelings, and your physical sensations. When you find yourself lost in thought or caught up in an emotion, gently bring your focus back to the present. Over time, you will develop a deeper sense of awareness, and this awareness will begin to permeate every aspect of your life. Awareness is a powerful tool for transformation. It allows you to become conscious of your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors, enabling you to make intentional choices that align with your true desires. It empowers you to take control of your life and create the reality you want to experience. As you cultivate greater awareness, you will find that your life begins to shift in remarkable ways. The world around you will reflect the clarity, peace, and purpose that you hold within. Through awareness, you step into your full power and begin to live a life that is truly authentic and aligned with your highest potential. The first step in reprogramming the mind is recognizing that our thoughts shape our reality. The ideas and beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world around us determine how we experience life. If we believe that success is difficult to attain or that we are not worthy of love, we will create experiences that reflect those beliefs. On the other hand, if we adopt empowering beliefs about our potential, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. Therefore, the key to reprogramming the mind is to become aware of the limiting beliefs that have been holding us back and to replace them with new, more constructive ones. One powerful way to begin reprogramming the mind is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that challenge the negative beliefs that we have been conditioned to accept as truth. By repeating these affirmations daily, we begin to rewire our brains and shift our subconscious programming. For example, if you have struggled with feelings of inadequacy, you might affirm, "I am worthy of success and happiness." By consistently repeating this affirmation, you begin to change the neural pathways in your brain, replacing the old belief with a new one that supports your growth and success. Visualization is another potent tool for reprogramming the mind. Visualization involves mentally rehearsing the experiences you desire, vividly imagining yourself already living your ideal life. The brain does not distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. It responds to the feelings and emotions that arise from these mental images. When you visualize your desired outcome with intense emotion, you activate the same neural pathways that would be triggered if the experience were actually happening. This not only strengthens your belief in the possibility of your success, but also aligns your subconscious mind with the energy of that success. Over time, this alignment can lead to the manifestation of your desires in the physical world. Another crucial aspect of reprogramming the mind is surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the environments you inhabit all play a role in shaping your mental programming. If you are constantly exposed to negativity or limited thinking, it can be difficult to shift your mindset. On the other hand, by surrounding yourself with individuals who support your growth, engaging with uplifting and empowering content, and spending time in environments that inspire you, you create a fertile ground for positive change. These external influences reinforce the new beliefs and behaviors you are working to adopt, making it easier to stay on track and maintain your focus. Reprogramming the mind also requires patience and consistency. The mind is a powerful tool, but it takes time to change deeply ingrained beliefs and patterns. Just as a plant requires consistent care and nurturing to grow, so too does the reprogramming process. It is important to be patient with yourself and trust that the changes you are making are taking root, even if you don't see immediate results. The key is to stay committed to your practice, knowing that every small shift in thought and behavior is a step toward the life you desire. In addition to being patient, it is essential to believe in the process. Self-doubt is one of the greatest obstacles to reprogramming the mind. When you begin changing your beliefs, you may encounter resistance from your subconscious mind, which is deeply invested in maintaining the status quo. This resistance may show up as feelings of fear or uncertainty. However, it is important to recognize that these feelings are simply part of the reprogramming process. They are not signs that the process is failing, but rather indications that your mind is stretching and evolving. Embrace the discomfort as a sign of growth, and continue to trust in your ability to change. Reprogramming the mind also involves releasing old emotional baggage. Many of the beliefs that limit us are rooted in past experiences, often from childhood. These experiences may have caused emotional wounds that continue to influence our thoughts and behaviors. To truly reprogram the mind, it is essential to address and release these past traumas. This may involve forgiveness both of others and of yourself, or engaging in healing practices such as journaling, therapy, or meditation. By clearing away the emotional debris from the past, you create space for new, empowering beliefs to take root. It is important to take inspired action. While reprogramming the mind is a powerful tool, it is not a substitute for action. The mind shapes your beliefs and perceptions, but it is your actions that bring those beliefs into reality. As you shift your mindset and begin to see yourself as capable of success, take bold steps toward your goals. Trust that as you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you will begin to create the circumstances that match your new reality. Reprogramming the mind is a transformative process that can lead to profound changes in every area of your life. By becoming aware of your thoughts, replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones, and consistently practicing tools like affirmations, visualization, and mindfulness, you can rewire your brain and create the life you desire. It requires patience, belief, and consistent effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. When you master the art of reprogramming your mind, you unlock your true potential and step into a life of abundance, success, and fulfillment. Faith in the unseen is the foundational principle that bridges the gap between the physical world and the world of infinite possibilities. It is the belief in something beyond what the eyes can see or the senses can touch. This kind of faith requires trust in a reality that is not yet visible, but one that exists in potential. It is the force that drives us to pursue our dreams, even when circumstances appear unfavorable, and it empowers us to take bold actions in the face of uncertainty. Faith in the unseen operates on the understanding that the unseen is just as real, if not more so, than what is apparent in the physical world. At its core, faith in the unseen is the belief that our desires, dreams, and aspirations are already manifesting in the unseen realm, long before they appear in the physical. This is not blind faith, but a conscious belief in the unseen process of creation. In many ways, it mirrors the natural world. Seeds are planted in the soil, but their growth occurs below the surface before they emerge into the open. Similarly, when we plant the seeds of our desires in the subconscious mind, we trust that, even though we cannot immediately see the results, they are being nurtured and cultivated in the unseen realms of possibility. This type of faith transcends traditional religious or spiritual interpretations. It is a universal principle that operates in every area of life. It is the knowing that things are always working out for us, even when we cannot yet see the evidence. This belief fuels resilience and persistence, especially when facing challenges or setbacks. When you have faith in the unseen, you are not deterred by temporary appearances or external conditions. You trust in a deeper, invisible current that is guiding you toward your desired outcomes. The process of manifesting desires, for instance, requires an unwavering belief that the desired outcome is already on its way, even before any tangible evidence presents itself. When we manifest, we are not asking for something to come into existence. Rather, we are aligning ourselves with the realization that what we seek is already present in the unseen. The challenge is to continue trusting in this process, especially when the physical world appears to be at odds with our desires. The work, then, is not to make things happen, but to stay in faith and to remain in alignment with the belief that the unseen is as real as the seen. Faith in the unseen also calls for patience. The journey from desire to manifestation often takes time, and the space between these two realities can feel uncertain or uncomfortable. During this time, many may begin to doubt or question their path, especially when they see no immediate results. But it is in these moments of doubt that the strength of one's faith is truly tested. The unseen work continues even when we cannot see it, just as a flower continues to grow in the dark before it bursts forth into the light. Trusting in the unseen means knowing that even when progress seems imperceptible, the universe is still working behind the scenes to bring your desires into form. One of the key components of faith in the unseen is the ability to let go of attachment to the outcome. Faith in the unseen is not about controlling how things unfold, but about trusting that the universe knows the best timing and way for your desires to manifest. This trust allows you to release the anxiety or impatience that often accompanies the desire for something. When you are able to let go of the how, and when you make room for the universe to work in ways you may not have previously imagined. This is an act of surrender, not in defeat, but in the understanding that there is a greater intelligence at play that is leading you toward what is for your highest good. The law of attraction also operates on the principle of faith in the unseen. What we focus on, believe in, and feel deeply, we attract into our experience. However, this process requires not just thinking positive thoughts, but truly believing in the unseen reality of what we desire. This belief must be unwavering, no matter what external evidence presents itself. For example, if you are seeking financial abundance, you must hold the faith that the abundance is already on its way, even when your current financial situation seems less than ideal. It is in holding that belief, trusting in the unseen, that you align your actions, thoughts, and feelings with the energy of abundance, and in turn attract it into your life. Furthermore, faith in the unseen encourages an attitude of gratitude and expectancy. When you trust that the unseen is working on your behalf, you begin to express gratitude for everything you already have, as well as for what is on its way. Gratitude amplifies the energy of faith and sends a clear signal to the universe that you are open and receptive to receiving your desires. Expectancy is equally important. By maintaining an attitude of expectancy, you align your energy with the belief that what you desire is already yours, and you prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically to receive it. Faith in the unseen is a transformative force that can change your life in profound ways. It calls you to trust in what you cannot see, to believe in the process of creation, and to surrender control over how things unfold. When you practice this kind of faith, you are not just waiting for things to happen, but you are actively aligning with the unseen forces of the universe to bring your desires into reality. It is the belief that everything is working in your favor, even when you cannot immediately see the results. With unwavering faith, you step into the fullness of your potential, knowing that the unseen is just as real and powerful as the seen. Persistence in vision is the unwavering commitment to seeing your desires, dreams, and goals manifest, no matter what obstacles or challenges arise along the way. It is the ability to hold a clear, vivid image of your ideal life in your mind and continuously move toward it, even when external circumstances may seem discouraging or uncertain. Vision, in this sense, is not simply about having a goal. It is about maintaining a mental picture of that goal with such intensity and belief that nothing can shake your faith in its eventual realization. Persistence in vision is the force that propels you forward, regardless of the setbacks or difficulties you may encounter. At the heart of persistence in vision is the power of imagination. Imagination is the tool that shapes your reality. When you visualize your desired outcome with focus and conviction, you are essentially planting the seeds of that outcome in your subconscious mind. The more vividly you see your vision, the more real it becomes to you. Imagination is not a passive act, it is an active, intentional creation of the life you wish to experience. Through consistent practice of imagining your success, you begin to feel it in every fiber of your being, and this feeling attracts the circumstances, people, and events that align with your vision. This persistence is not a matter of forceful action, but of steady alignment with your vision. When you persist in your vision, you maintain a constant state of mental and emotional alignment with your goal. You continually affirm that what you desire is already yours, even as you take the necessary steps to bring it into physical form. This alignment is key to creating the right conditions for your vision to unfold. It is not about constantly striving or struggling, but about trusting that every thought, feeling, and action aligned with your vision is moving you closer to your desired reality. The power of persistence in vision also lies in its ability to transform your mindset. When you hold a vision of success, abundance, or fulfillment in your mind, it gradually shifts your beliefs and perceptions. You begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles, solutions instead of problems. The more persistent you are in holding your vision, the more your mind will naturally begin to filter out anything that does not align with that vision. You will start to make decisions, take actions, and form relationships that support the manifestation of your goals. This shift in mindset is often subtle but powerful, as it reprograms your subconscious to align with your conscious desires. In the process of persistence in vision, it is important to cultivate patience. While the vision you hold in your mind may be clear and vibrant, the physical manifestation of that vision often takes time. Patience allows you to remain steadfast in your belief, even when the path ahead is unclear or when progress seems slow. Trusting in the timing of the universe and maintaining your vision, regardless of the external pace, is a key aspect of persistence. This trust is rooted in the understanding that everything unfolds in perfect order, even if the process is not immediately visible. Another important aspect of persistence in vision is resilience. The road to any goal is rarely free of obstacles. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. However, persistence means bouncing back from these challenges, not letting them diminish your belief in your vision. Resilience is the ability to continue moving forward in the face of adversity. It is the inner strength that allows you to rise after each fall, with even greater determination and focus. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity for growth and learning, a chance to refine your vision and strengthen your resolve. Persistence in vision also requires a deep sense of commitment. It is not enough to simply wish for something or to have a passing thought of what you would like to achieve. You must commit to the vision, dedicating your mental and emotional energy to it. This commitment involves consistently choosing your vision over distractions, negativity, or doubt. It means making decisions that are in alignment with your goal, even when it requires sacrifice or delayed gratification. Commitment fuels persistence, and with unwavering commitment to your vision, you continue to take inspired action toward your goals, no matter the challenges that arise. Persistence in vision encourages the practice of gratitude. As you continue to focus on your vision, you must be grateful for every step, every experience, and every moment that brings you closer to your desired outcome. Gratitude amplifies the energy of your vision, sending a clear message to the universe that you are ready to receive all that you have imagined. It also keeps you in a positive, receptive state, allowing the flow of abundance and opportunity to reach you more easily. The more grateful you are for the progress you've made, the more you open yourself to receiving the full manifestation of your vision. Persistence in vision is about living as if your vision is already a reality. It is about embodying the feelings, attitudes, and behaviors that are in alignment with the outcome you seek. When you persist in your vision, you are not just working toward a goal, you are already living it in your mind and in your energy. You hold your vision with such certainty and conviction that it cannot help but manifest in your reality. The persistence in your belief, the continued mental focus, and the steady alignment of your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your vision create the conditions for your desires to come into being.